So it is May 7th and it's actually our anniversary today, but we don't really celebrate much in the way for our anniversary. So today I've come in the greenhouse. I was going to do quite a bit of work in here today, but instead I'm going to do a little bit of a chicken emergency today. One of our hens, our older hens, she's got an injury on her back. She's I don't think it's from today. I think it must have been from yesterday. I've just noticed it today because she's on her own, but she's got a bit of a cut on her back, quite a nasty one, and that is from the cockerels. So the problem at the moment is we've got less hens this year than we've had for a while now. We've had 3, I think, die this year, just getting old and what have you. So we have a higher proportion of cockerels. Well, we haven't got more cockerels than hens, but we haven't got a big enough ratio of hens to cockerels now. Realistically, I mean, it's okay, but it means that the hens get more attention from the cockerels than is ideal. And one of the downsides of that is that, and it's not necessarily, it can happen with if you've only got one cockerel, is that if they have a favourite hen, for example, and they get them mounted a lot, is that their spurs on the cockerels can be quite sharp and they can slice the skin and injure them quite nastily. So what I'm going to be doing this afternoon, which I hadn't originally planned on, is I'm going to be making some chicken saddles. I made some a few years ago when we had a similar problem, and but we've got none left now. They just deteriorate over time, and what it basically is it's like a saddle. it's a pad made out of layers of fabric and wadding, and in a specific shape that fits onto over a chicken's back, and it has pieces of elastic sewn onto it, and they go underneath their wings, and it just sits on there. So when the cockerels mount the hens, the spurs don't, because they use their toenails, their claws and their spurs to kind of grip on, and so if they've got these saddles on, it stops them from getting injured. So I'm gonna have to make, we have 7 hens, I think I have to double check, but I'm pretty sure we have 7 hens now, so that means I'm going to make 7 saddles. So it's going to take some time, although I'm going to make them a little less, I'm going to make them a little quicker. I'm not going to worry about turning seams and stuff like this time. I'm just going to zigzag stitch all around, get them knocked up as quickly as possible, so that this evening they can be put at bedtime. When we lock them in, we can go in there and catch each hen individually. It's easier at bedtime when they're in the shed to catch them, and put these saddles on them, and hopefully that'll alleviate that problem. Keep an eye on this hen though. She's now in the front garden with Lucky Duck. Lucky Duck was put in as a random duck egg in with the hens when they were incubated. We already have some other ducks as well, we adopted them from someone else, and but Lucky Duck thinks he's a chicken, so he's now in the front garden with this injured hen because he was looking after her anyway. So I've come in the greenhouse for a bit. I've got to weed some of these seed trays. We've used our own compost this year, and there's a lot of weed seeds in there, so they need weeding out. I also have some seeds that have been sitting in the fridge. They needed a cold snap in the fridge first, so they need to be grown as well. It's really bright in here, and I was going to do a lot of pricking out, but that's been put on the back burner, so that'll have to be done probably tomorrow. So I better get on with it. Our compost is full of these. I'm pretty sure these are Swede seedlings. We had some Swedes bolt and they were just left kind of on the compost heap, and I think they went to seed, and my trays are full of these. Not necessarily a bad thing, because our Swede seeds that we had left over didn't germinate, the ones that were in the seed box. So I'm actually going to prick out some of these instead of just ripping them out, and I'm going to put them in some modules and grow them on, because we currently don't have any Swedes to grow out in the garden, and they are everywhere. And these are cosmos in here, but these are not cosmos. A lot of these could do with going out in the garden really. These broad beans are getting really pot bound. Peas need to go out, and those Brussels sprouts could do with going out, but we've actually forecast for sleet and snow in a couple of days time, so it's going to have to wait until after the weekend. It's now Thursday, so I think the weather's supposed to brighten up again on, it's either Monday or Tuesday, so they can go out then. It's just one of the disadvantages living this far north. The weather can be quite wintry. We can get really cold, strong winds all the way up until beginning of June, so just have to keep an eye on the weather. children